We need to talk about this Ishiyama fragment event. So let's go ahead and take a look at this calendar. In this video, I am going to break this down and explain my reasoning for if I want to go for this champion or what I'm going to do instead. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned, they have given us the fragment calendar, and upon looking at it and seeing what I actually need to do, it seems a bit more doable than what I may have initially thought. So I'm actually second guessing potentially going for this fusion. However, I'm approaching this in two different ways. You guys made some really great comments and gave me some good tips on my last video of me actually talking about this champion, mentioning how if you are a newer player and you have the resources and the ability to actually go for this fusion, then it might not be a bad idea to do that because we don't know what is coming with Faction Wars hard mode, which I 100% agree with. And I will always say, don't push yourself beyond your resources or your means. You do not need to go for everything in this game. So if it is not suitable for your account, that totally makes sense to actually skip it and maybe don't try to fall into the FOMO trap, because I understand, especially as somebody who is kind of newer to this game and playing this game and enjoying it. I want to be able to go for every single champion, every single event, and sometimes that's just not doable. So I mean, kudos to those that can actually do it, and I appreciate you guys for all the advice that you give me. So looking at this calendar now, I have been kind of realizing that I was actually already doing Dragon. I needed to go ahead and farm Dragon because I have been trying to actually get further down in my stages, and if you guys saw on one of my accounts, I successfully reached stage 25, and I'm actually close to doing that on this count as well. I'm at stage 24. I haven't actually tried 25 yet, so you know what, today may be the day I might actually go ahead and even try that and see what happens. So looking at this, that's the first one, and then we have an Ice Golem tournament, the classic arena takedown, champion training event, spider tournament, Fire Knight tournament, champion chase tournament, and classic arena takedown for tournaments, right? And then there's the actual event side of it with champion training, the dungeon divers gear enhancement, summon rush, dungeon divers gear enhancement, dungeon divers, and gear enhancement. So looking at this, I figured out what I'm actually going to do is I will play the game as I do. So when it is Dragon tournament, that is when I'll farm Dragon. Once it's Ice Golem, I'll go ahead, do some Ice Golem. Classic arena takedown, I find is the easiest ones for me to actually do because I'm doing my arena anyway. I am setting a weak defense. I'm able to actually like farm it, so no problem with those ones. Champion training, I do have some stuff to be trained, so that's kind of like maybe hit or miss. Gear enhancement, I do also have gear that actually needs to be upgraded because I've recently cleaned everything out, and super happy about that because I'm actually making room now in that, but I need to upgrade pieces to see if I want to keep them or not. So I will probably wait until it is actually gear enhancement time to actually do that, and that way hopefully then I can kind of get those fragments. Now my other part of this is I think I'm gonna approach this not thinking I'm doing this so I can get this champion, I can get this legendary and fuse it. Since I do have two accounts, I am going to pick and choose. Potentially one account may go for it and one account may not. And that might sound funny because I'm telling you guys I'm going to try to do some of these tournaments and events. But my logic behind this is if, say, I get fragments and I'm kind of just doing things as I'm doing it, and by the end of it, if I do not have 100 and I do actually not have enough to fuse this champion, then what I'm going to do is exchange those pieces for mod, because that's kind of what I've been doing along the way. And I realized that it might not actually be a waste for me to attempt to maybe do this fusion as events pop up and as I'm able to, like, if I complete them, I complete them. If it's something that's totally beyond my means and I'm like, oh, I have to skip this day, I can't do this event, then at the very least I can get these fragment pieces. So going into my fragment summon, I'll kind of show you guys what I've got in terms of fragments. So for mod, I have 24 out of 100 right now, and kind of going down through everyone else. Drexthar, I have been getting the pieces from Tag Team Arena, but honestly, I feel like I need to set a little reminder for myself because there has definitely been days here or there that I've missed. Like, I think by now I should probably have this champion, but that's on me. I've just missed it. So yes, working on that. And then going through some of the other champs that I like Esme, I had 35 pieces for her. Now, I'm not going to be able to actually pull Esme, right? I have no thought of actually, you know, doing that. So I can always unlock and I can actually exchange her pieces that I have here and then use those instead to get towards mod. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with this because, like I said, I've got Esme. Who else do I have that have like random pieces? I think I may have exchanged the other ones. Looks like it. Yes, I think I've exchanged everything else. But yeah, like this is a great example with where did you go, Esme? Right here. So great example. So I think this is what I'm going to do as well with the new one, Ishiyama. Same idea. If I don't get them, I can at least exchange these pieces here, and then at least I get my fragment exchange chest, and all of this will go towards more pieces so that I can eventually get this champion. So I guess to answer the question of if I'm going to go for this champion or not, I'm kind of just gonna go with it and we'll see. Maybe by the end of this, I will have enough pieces to actually get it. Maybe not. That's gonna depend on a few things, because between having to do some summons and some pulls with my shards, that's probably the only thing that's really gonna hold me back, and potentially all the champion training, because I gotta go through it and figure out who do I actually need to change. Do I have enough fodder and food to actually do that? Now, I have gone ahead recently and I've actually fused Arthur, so he is ready. And then I'm still building on my Geomancer, so this one needs to be built. And then Yuzan I also want to build. So there's definitely a few champs that actually need to be built. And then in terms of actually leveling things up to feed them and fodder, I do have stuff that's in my vault as well. So I mean, the potential's there. It's just if I have enough to actually be able to do all those events, then that's kind of a maybe, a possibly. Now, as I mentioned with my Dragon's Lair, so see, I've gotten to stage 24. I'm just close to 25. My time on 24 is really long though, at 10 minutes and 46 seconds. So I don't know. I feel like I will need to kind of speed things along, but I'm kind of playing around with my team at the moment, trying to figure out who I want to use, who actually works in here, and who I maybe want to swap out and trade. So I definitely have my good go-tos that think will work in this team. And I kind of just need to play around with that last slot and see who will actually be able to get me a nice quick time here. But yeah, as I mentioned, I was already kind of going through here and doing some of my dragon tournament, so may as well go see where I'm at for this. I mean, I have 10 hours left, so I mean, I've started it. Am I going to be able to finish it, you know, within 10 hours? I mean, possibly, because I haven't actually been like fully running this, so definitely a chance. And it's just hunting for artifacts. So I mean, the good thing is with this now, once it, maybe I should have went the other way. I was like, once it loads, but at least going through here, I can always do super raid. I mean, that's been super helpful. So like worst case, I mean, my go-to has kind of been stage 20 if I can't do the higher up ones. So at least on my other account, stage 25, but I'm thinking like worst case, maybe I just run stage 20, throw some super raids on. And then, I mean, I could probably speed this up even faster than 4 minutes now that I've kind of swapped around and played around with my team. So I'll see how it goes with the tournaments, but I'm thinking at the very least, I will attempt to get this fusion on one of my accounts. And then if I'm not able to be successful there, then at least I will be able to get the fragment pieces so I can eventually get mod in the future. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. I have definitely seen a lot of people saying it is an easy skip for them for this fusion, waiting for the next one. And then others kind of saying the same thing, that they might just go for fragment pieces and see what happens. So I do want to hear from you guys now that it's kind of, we have the calendar out, we've kind of heard things, we've seen a couple testings with this champion. So my question for you guys is then, have you decided, are you going to be going for this champion? Are you currently trying to get it? Do you plan to fuse them? Comment down below, let me know, and be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, as I am putting a video every day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.